A hardworking mother in a small village had one dream: to see her son become a high-ranking government official. To fund his expensive education in the big city, she worked double shifts, mortgaged her only piece of ancestral land, and emptied her life savings. Every month, she sent him a large sum of money, barely keeping enough to eat more than one meal a day. On the phone, the son would always say, "Mother, I'm studying 16 hours a day. Soon, I will make you proud." 3 years passed. One day, a relative from their village visited the city and spotted the son at a luxury nightclub, wearing designer clothes and driving a sports car. When the relative told the mother, she couldn't believe it. Driven by worry, she traveled to the city to see for herself. She arrived at the address of the elite academy he had mentioned, only to find a trendy cafe in its place. She eventually tracked down his apartment, not just a student hostel, but a luxury penthouse. The rooms were filled with expensive gadgets, party decorations, and high-end watches. The son walked into the living room, shocked to see his mother standing there in her simple clothes. It turned out he hadn't attended a single class in 3 years. He had used her blood and sweat to fund a lifestyle of parties and networking, claiming he was building a business brand instead of studying. When she started to cry, he didn't apologize. He simply said, "Don't be dramatic. I'm an entrepreneur now. You wouldn't understand the modern world." The mother wiped her tears, but they weren't tears of sadness anymore. They were tears of clarity. She didn't scream or beg. She simply contacted the landlord and the car dealer and cancelled every payment she was unknowingly making. She took his expensive gadgets, sold them to pay off the first installment of her mortgaged land, and returned to the village. When the son called a week later, begging for money because he was being evicted, she simply said, "I spent 3 years funding a son who didn't exist. Now I'm spending my money on a mother who finally deserves to rest." Trust is a debt that must be earned, not a gift to be exploited.